Hi, this is Toysbackzen. Today we're going to be taking a look at this McDonald's Turbomac pullback car. A friend of mine just gave me a big bag of this stuff. Some of them were pullback, some of them are not, but just a really nice collection. There's probably about 20 or 30 of them, but this is the one that I was mostly interested in. I had the white one, and I do have one still now, but I remember I had one as a kid. And I thought this was kind of interesting. He told me that he got it in Mexico because he is from Mexico when he was a child, and he moved to Canada, and he brought it with him. So it just says 1988 McDonald's on the bottom. So what we're going to do is, for one thing, it doesn't pull back or work at all. But the nice thing is it does have the emblem, pretty good paint on most of it. And it does have the rubber wheels, but you can see here that the screws are really rusted. We might have a hard time getting those out. Since we have screws, we can pull this apart and see if it's possible to fix it. So stay tuned. So let's try getting this apart. This might be very difficult. These screws might not want to come apart, and they are pretty much roached. So I've got this screwdriver. This screwdriver is pretty good. It's got ridges on it so that it will grab a hold of the screw. It looks to me like it's going to work here. Probably what I can do is replace these screws. I do have some screws here at the shop. I'm at my shop, by the way. So I've been doing videos more and more often here. The lighting is not as good as it is at home, but I have a window here to my right, so it gives me pretty good light. There, we got those screws out. Probably have to replace those screws. Hopefully I have something that will look good. And I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. This is something that's going to take like an hour to fix. Then I'll stop. So we have this piece here. This piece is made out of metal. And I wonder if you're supposed to put, I wonder if that's lead. Looks to me like it's metal though, some sort. Maybe I should do a lead test on that. So it is pretty rusty in there. This does pull out. I think we can clean that up though. Let's see why the motor isn't working. Oh, the motor is working. Well, for some reason when it was in here, it wasn't working. I guess it just needed to be moved. Is there anything broken in here? Doesn't seem like anything's broken, so I'm going to lubricate this, and we're going to clean this up, and I'll come back and put it back together and see if it works. Mostly I'm just lubricating the axles. Everything else is made out of plastic, so because it has a little rust on there, we want to make sure that it's nice and lubricated. And let's clean this up a little bit. Let's see if we can clean that axle up and make it look a little nicer. I'm just going to use a really small round file. Try not to hit the plastic. There, that looks better. All right, I'll take these, pull the front wheel out. Can I do that without breaking that? Oh, I just broke that. Well, let's clean the wheel first. I'm gonna clean all of this and then I'll push this back and glue it, and we should be fine. And the axle is a little bit bent, so let's see if we can fix that. I'm going to use these pliers here, these 45, almost angled at 45 degrees, and I should be able to get that in there like this. I used to fix die-cast cars like Hot Wheels and stuff, and I had a tool, or I made a tool that allowed me to straighten axles on the Hot Wheels, and I'm not really sure where that is. It would be handy to use right now. There we go, everything's clean. Let's get that wheel back in there. And I'm gonna try to get that back into place without breaking it completely off, and I did. I'm gonna be using this glue here. It's super thin glue. It's almost like water. I should be able to drop that in there. And it will glue that piece together. There we go. Now we just need a couple screws. I'm not going to use these, but I think I've got the right screws that will fit this. I have these. I got these off of some wireless headphones that my son had, and they broke, and I tried to fix it, and it got to the point where the $30 headphones were not worth the time fixing, because you can just go buy another pack. And I hate doing that. I hate the fact that companies are making shit these days that you just have to throw out, especially with our economy right now and the environment. We should be able to take apart anything and fix it ourselves. And of course, they make it impossible to get into without either breaking it or having parts that are impossible to find and will cost you just as much to find them as it is to fix it. So unfortunately, I had to stop that project. But anyway, I am going to reuse these screws because the headphones had about 15 of them. Let's see if these are going to work here. Looks pretty good. Grab another one in my stash. There's my stash of screws. I always keep screws from everything I can think of. I usually, I fix instruments, so small screws are useful for fixing instruments too. I put these in my bin of truss rod cover screws because those are sometimes missing. And there we go. Nice new clean screws. And let's just check this, make sure it works, because, well, it did work when it was outside. And there we go. Thanks for watching this episode of Toysbackzen. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel too. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of what I've done here today in this video. Thanks for watching.